I have Deepika Narayan Bharadwaj, Soni Kapoor and Neeraj Kumar with me, the makers of India's Sons. We want stricter laws to curb issues like rape in the country, but we also do not expect or do not want anyone to misuse such laws.
लड़की ने ऐसे ही अपनी मीठी बातों से साजिश का एक जाल
फर्जी रेप केस में लोगों को फंसाने का एक ब्लैक
फतेहाबाद में झूठा बलात्कार का आरोप
There are
लगाने
many more false rape cases.
We also need to ask at this point if our rape laws need to be re-looked at to prevent misuse.
So, this particular documentary focuses on the men who have been wrongly accused of rape in India. Let's talk to the makers of India's Sons. Deepika, what made you choose a topic like India's Sons?
During the entire journey of making Martyrs of Marriage, I was constantly seeing how the stringent rape law is now being abused left, right and center. And with dowry, people can still understand that it's a matrimonial dispute, anything could have gone wrong. But rape is a very, very heinous crime. And I thought somebody really needs to address this, somebody really needs to talk about it so that the amount of time it took for our courts and the judiciary to give any kind of relief or any kind of recourse to people who were falsely accused in dowry cases by banning immediate arrests. It should not take that long for any recourse to come for people who are falsely accused of rape charges. So I decided to make this documentary so that this conversation can start and rightful measures can be taken by our lawmakers so that innocent lives are not destroyed.
This is a very sensitive topic. So, what made you associate with India's Sons?
So when we thought of making this film, initially I was a little hesitant, but after doing the research, we came across such a shocking data that is the time when I decided to be part of this project.
I would like to know from you, what made you join this particular documentary?
It is more to do with my commitment with men's right, because this issue relates to men's right. I would say that I said I would produce this movie. Then when I later realized, I also realized that movies, books, these things have longer shelf lives than a dharna or a news article, you know, or even a judgment. So unless it is a path-breaking judgment. So these movies, they have tendency to shape opinions much more than a single article or a single news.
Since this is a very controversial topic, at any point of time, did this thought come to your mind that how would the people react, or will the people take it in the right sense, or it might even backfire?
I think there will be audience which will accept it, there will be audience which will comment on it, there will be audience which will ridicule it. But I think we have made our point, and that is what we can do. So karma naiva adhikaraste, that is the saying. So we have done what we felt right.
We have done immense research. We have shown immense research. We have picked up the data from National Crime Records Bureau and presented in front of people. Now, it's on them whether they want to completely reject it or they want to completely accept it. We are not expecting people to just, think that all the rape cases are false or anything like that. All that we are trying to tell people is that there's a problem and it needs to be solved because it's not serving any purpose.
Even during the making of the film, like we have spent 2.5 hours in making the film. So at every point, me and Deepika were discussing कि अगर हमने ऐसा कर दिया तो what the audience will say or what the people will say. But I think we managed to make a film with the correct data, with the correct analysis of the law.
Deepika, since you have been on the ground and you have had a conversation with such falsely accused victims, how do you think these situations can be better handled without affecting the actual rape victims?
Post-Nirbhaya laws or post-Nirbhaya, it is written in the law that you do not have to look at the evidence of the accused, when that is not the case. So people have become so one-sided post-Nirbhaya that they just do not want to look at what the accused has to present.
Mr. Soni, what amendments do you think should be brought in to save those who are falsely framed, as well as we do not affect those like Nirbhaya who actually suffered such crimes?
If it was a false case, the woman is punished for filing a false case and ruining the life of a boy, and not only that, ruining chances of other women who are affected by this heinous crime to get justice. So they become impedients. The false complaints become impedients to the justice for the true complaints. So that is why I think feminists should come forward and speak about it, that yes, false cases are a problem and there should be mechanism to check it.
Deepika, you are well known for your documentary Martyrs of Marriage and now India's Sons. What next is going on in your mind?
Very interesting. Okay, so even after Martyrs of Marriage, my first thought in terms of my next project was making a documentary on parental alienation, making documentary on kids who are victims of their parents' divorce, something that they are not responsible for, something they are the biggest victims of, and talk about their lives and the journey of these, especially fathers, because there's an overwhelming majority of fathers in India who are deprived of even seeing their kids just because their marriage fell apart. So the idea was to make a film on that, but I thought India's Sons was actually what was the need of the hour. So India's Sons happened. So after this, the idea is actually to get back to that topic of how divorces impact kids' lives.
Thank you so much, Deepika, Neeraj and Mr. Soni for speaking to us today. And I wish you and the documentary all the very best from all of us at The New Indian. We often forget to hear out the other side of the story, and documentaries like India's Sons keep reminding us that we must give an ear to the other side as well.
For more such fine stories and video reports from field, subscribe to our channel, The New Indian.